So Tycoon Fest happened last weekend, and most notably, they revealed some new details on Fate Extra Records. I'm going to talk about this. And the biggest thing is they revealed the game is going to be published by Bandai Namco, and I'm pretty sure they didn't talk about it before. So I made a quick article about it as well, because there's always Aniplex, aka Sony, which is publishing everything Type Moon these days, be it the anime like the recent Heaven's Fields movies or the upcoming or the Fate Stay Night remaster that just released. Yeah, speaking of that, the Steam English version of the remaster is bugged right now. They already published an announcement about it and saying that they are going to try and patch the game as soon as possible. So yeah, if you wanna play Fate Stay Night in English for now, you should play the Switch version if you bought it on Switch. If you bought the Steam version already, you should wait a little bit because the bugs are pretty annoying. Like it's completely ruins the game because it switches portraits with random characters, etc. So you shouldn't launch the game in English for now and just wait for the patch. And hopefully they're going to fix that pretty soon. Yeah, so they revealed a new trailer. I'm not gonna show it because obviously you've already seen it. Another interesting thing is that they announced going to be some interviews. First, the Famitsu that released today because we already past midnight in Japan. There's a new Famitsu that released with a cover with the Rin clones from FGO, I think Ishtar and Ereshkigal or something. So yeah, there's an interview with Nino Kazuya, the director of Fate Extra Record, and I quickly explained in the article I did that he used to work on Atlas and he directed the first Trauma Center, the first Caduceus game, the first Seikaiju no Meiku Echiran Odyssey game, and then he worked with Image Epoch to do Criminal Girls, Last Bunker, Seventh Dragon, and then he worked with Square Enix to do Dragon Quest Builders 1 and 2, and then he left Square Enix to join Type Moon and do Type Moon Studio BB, and he's now doing Fate Extra Record since 2020. And there's a first interview that's coming, like that released already today. I'm not gonna read it or translate it because Type Moon is extremely popular anyway, so I'm pretty sure like the people on Twitter, fans on Twitter are going to translate it anyway, so I'm not gonna translate it myself. On August 28th, there's going to be another really huge interview in Type Moon Ace magazine. So this one is going to be the most interesting one because I assume like the Famitsu one is going to be mostly PR, mostly sweet talking, like sugar coating for people who don't know much about Fate, etc. And the Type Moon Ace magazine interview is definitely going to be very in detail and very interesting. So, and I'm pretty sure this one will get translated as well by fans because yeah, there's like there's a lot of like influencers and people on Twitter and stuff who translate Type Moon interviews these days, so it's definitely going to get translated. And I think that's everything for Type Moon Fest, I think. Oh, and yeah, and the other thing I want to talk about is during the Fate Extra Record segments, basically, Kana was really hyped about the trailer. She was happy to finally see some more of the game because she was at the reveal live stream in 2020, which I translated. And she's finally happy they got more information. And most notably, Ishikawa Yui said that the Seiyu haven't started dubbing the actual game yet. They only dubbed the trailers, which means, in my opinion, this means that the game probably won't be out in early 2025, probably mid or late 2025, because like I explained, usually this shows that the Type Fate Extra Record has a pretty different development from result because usually the dubbing in Japanese games is done pretty early. And so yeah, so if they still haven't done the dubbing, it means that it's probably not gonna release in early 2025. So yeah, so just news, the Type Moon news for this time. So another very quick news is that Heavens Burns Red around every 2 weeks they do live streams to reveal the next details on the games, the new events, the new styles they will reveal, the styles of the gacha characters you can pull. And around every 2 months or so they also do fan gatherings. Basically the people who play the games, they can go to some basically they record the live streams with live audiences, and this week it was supposed to happen again, and they canceled the live audience thing because they received some threats, and they're working with the police right now to try and find the origin of the threats. And sadly, they're still going to do the live stream as well, but they won't going to do it with an audience. Yeah, that's really sucks because I guess that's the thing that will always happen with when you get a really popular series or a really popular game. Obviously, so these kind of incidents will happen as well. And usually, like, they tour Japan basically, and like every 2 months or so, there's a fan gathering at Tokyo, and then in Osaka, and then Nagoya, Fukuoka, etc. And basically, like every 2 months or so, they record a live stream with an audience, and then once the live stream is over, they do a fan gathering where they can talk about the game, etc. And some of the developers, including producer Kakinuma, they talk with the fans and to check their feedback directly, etc. Yeah, sadly, this time there was one going to happen today, but it got cancelled, and they're only going to do the live stream. And usually, like last year or so, until the end of 2023, I used to do some summaries of the Hubban live streams, but I really don't have the time to do it lately, so hopefully I'll be able to restart doing that pretty soon, but like I'm not sure if I'm going to do it this week or not, because the problem is I don't want to watch the live streams live anymore, because when I don't watch them live, I can just speed up. I'm faster, it's much faster to do a summary if I can just speed up and listen at 2 times speed. The problem is when I don't force myself to watch it live, and I end up not watching it at all, so that's the problem. But yeah, I'm gonna try and watch the live stream for this week, because most of the time they're going to show some live gameplay of the new mod they're adding, which is adding some new explorable dungeons. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to watch it live and you see how it goes. So I'm pretty sure you heard about Minato Aqua from Spice and Wolf Live graduating. And yeah, that's pretty big news. And like I always say, I'm not really into Spice and Wolf Lives and corpo VTubers in general, but like it's kind of sucks because obviously, as always, when it comes to these sudden graduation announcements, like we don't really know what happened. And in particular, one thing I wanted to talk about is that actually, I don't know if you know this, but Minato Aqua, she actually had her own game called Aquarium. It was made by Intergram, and Intergram is a company is making a ton of Bishoujo game console ports. They port a lot of PC games into console ports, most notably on Switch and PS4, and they also it's a pretty small company, and they also do Go Helgo as a game which is like a spiritual successor to Dona Dona, to Alice Soft's Dona Dona. So yeah, I'm kind of pretty sad about it because they announced this game like in 2024. First they released the first game in 2022. It was Aquarium. It was based on Minato Aqua. And then they announced in 2024 that they were going to make a new game, turn this into a series or something and make a new game. They didn't specifically say it's going to be a sequel, but just it's going to be a new game in the Aquarium series. But now that she's graduating, they're going to cancel the game. And they announced on August 7th, a little bit after the graduation announcement, that the game's development has been cancelled. And this really sucks because like Aquarium is a really small game developers company, so I'm kind of worried about how much this actually affects them, because I'm pretty sure like maybe the development has already started, so maybe they actually lost some effort and some money and some time on this. So I actually feel pretty bad about them. It's like I'm not sure how much this is affecting them, because yeah, they're a really small company, so hopefully they'll be okay even after this. And it's a shame as well, because that was a really good occasion for them to make some money as well, because I never checked the sales numbers for Aquarium or anything, but I assume it sold pretty well, seeing all the Spice and Wolf VTubers are extremely popular worldwide. So I assume like the Aquarium first release in 2022 must have sold pretty well. So especially because the game didn't only have Minato Aqua, but it also had what was the name again? Sencho, and a lot of others as well. appearing as cameos. So yeah, it kind of sucks for Intergram. Hopefully, it's not a huge blow for them. Hopefully, like they're not too affected by all this. So I just wanted to quickly talk about this. Another quick short news is that Imagineer, they announced they're making an Nadeshiko collab in the Medarots gacha game. And this is very funny because they made some Medarot versions of the robots in Nadeshiko, the Estivalis, etc. And they made a Medarot version of Ruri as well. So this is pretty funny. So I just wanted to quickly show this. Speaking of which, I remember picked for gamer specifically because actually, like, I wouldn't say we were friends or anything, but I actually was mutuals with someone working at For a Gamer like 2 or 3 years ago, and sadly they quit because I can't find, like, they haven't written any article in over a year, and like, I'm not sure what happened because they deleted their socials as well, and this really sucks because, like, this shows like how hard it is to be a games journalist worldwide, and especially in Japan, because, like, I assume, like, they probably weren't, like, paid very well, etc. And they were a really huge fan of Medarots, so that's why I'm thinking about them right now, because, like, it really sucks, and I don't know what happened to them because they deleted the socials or anything, and, like, we weren't friends or anything, but, like, sadly, so I don't have some DM contacts or anything, so I don't know what happened to them. And they even used to do some live streams on the Medarots gacha game back when it released in 2020 as well, so yeah, feel pretty bad about them. So hopefully they're doing okay. So yeah, they're doing a collab for Nadeshiko in Medarot. And, like, it's one of the series, like, you could think this is surprising, but this gacha game has done a lot of collabs in the past with some other mecha series, so it's not that surprising. Yeah, the really Mecha Musume and Medarot Mecha Musume is very good, so just wanted to quickly talk about this. So another thing I wanted to talk about as a fan of the Pretty series is that Himitsu no Hyperi and King of Prism, they announced they're doing a conjoint event on August 28th, and this is the first time this ever happens because technically this is part of the same franchise, but Takaratomi and Avex and Tatsunoko, they've always been separating the two because obviously King of Prism has a slightly different targeted audience than the rest of Pretty series, and this is the first time they're actually trying to do a real crossover event as far as I know, so this is really cool and really interesting. Hopefully they're going to do more of this. Basically they advertise this event as some kind of family friendly event for King of Prism, so that way even families and kids will be able to watch the movie and enjoy it. And so this is pretty interesting because I assume this means that the Dramatic Prism 1 remake probably won't have all, like, some of the most most Kimpri like scenes from the Shiny 7 Stars, so I guess maybe they won't show, like, the movie don't show some of the stuff from Shiny 7 Stars, so that way it will be more, like, kids friendly. And it's very funny because if you look at the rules, they say that, for example, you will be able to exit even before the movie is over, so that way, like, if your kid want to go to the restroom or anything, like, you can leave your seat, like, there's no issues. And they're going to show Dramatic Prism 1 and the first 2 episodes of Himitsu no Hyperi, and they're also going to do a stage reading with the seiyuu from Himitsu no Hyperi. So this is really cool and really interesting that they're doing this, and hopefully they're going to do more of these. And I guess it also shows that they're trying their best to make King of Prism's comeback as most successful as possible if they're planning to do this, because yeah, they never did this before and they always try to separate the two, so I'm really happy about this as someone who likes both series, obviously. And personally, I don't do a separation because if you look at Plagiarism, it was always the same thing, and King of Prism is just a continuation, so I'm really happy this event exists, and hopefully they're going to do more like this. And the last thing I wanted to talk about today is that they finally relaunched, Kadokawa has finally relaunched Nico Nico Doga. So for the occasion, they made a brand new version of Let's Go Onmyoji with a lot of personalities who are famous on Nico Nico. And there's a list here with all the people they called. And it's pretty interesting because obviously you have Zun from Toho, you have a lot of people. And they even called, what was his name again? Hiroyuki also. which I don't really like, but yeah, whatever. If I look at the list, like you have what do you, like who I know in there? Like I don't know that many people who are famous on Nico Nico culture. And you have Hyadane, for example, who was famous for doing the FF4, like the Shitenno FF4 remix, like what was its name again? I forgot, but it's a really famous composer and otaku. Like he's often on TV as well to talk about some stuff. And for example, I'm pretty sure like in 2020 or so, when NHK did its TV, like did a big huge TV election fan poll for Final Fantasy to decide which is the best Final Fantasy according to Japanese fans. I'm pretty sure he was there along with GM Evolution and some other personalities. You also have like Hiroyuki is here. You have Beat Mario. Beat Mario is another really popular composer. He's very famous on Nico Nico. You had Yanagi Nagi as well, who was the first singer of Supercell. She's the one who did the Bakemonogatari legendary ending theme. And usually nowadays she's working on Heaven's Burns Red. She's the one singing the opening theme of Heaven's Burns Red, Yanagi Nagi. You have Hatsune Miku, of course. You have Haruhara Robinson, which is a mangaka. He's one of my favorite mangaka. He's a mangaka of Senyu, which was published on Nico Nico. It's a comedy manga mixing comedy and tragedy. Really incredible. Like it's, in my opinion, one of the best manga, fantasy manga after Slayers, if you count fantasy manga from the post 2000s. Senyu is really incredible. It has a anime adaptation as well, a short anime adaptation. You should watch it if you never did. Yeah, I don't know most of the people because I'm not that savvy about Nico Nico culture, but yeah, they only picked like all the most influential people who did the most like the most meme videos and like the most popular composers and the most popular people that got popular thanks to Nico Nico basically. You have Moko as well. He's a really popular YouTuber, I think. He was initially on Nico Nico, and usually nowadays I think he streams on YouTube, I think. So yeah, Yanagi Nagi is here. She's the one singing this part. Yanagi Nagi, like one of the most popular singers on Nico Nico. She started her career by uploading videos, and then she started working with Maeda Jun and with Supercell, etc. And she was the first voice of Supercell. So yeah, it's very funny. They did a brand new version. So that's the last thing I wanted to talk about today. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get striked or not for this because I think it's pretty much copyright free, so I shouldn't be worried. But, yeah. And there's this guy as well. I forgot his name. Hyakka Ryoran is called. He's a really popular Nico Nico streamer and YouTuber as well. I don't think I ever watched his videos. So he's here. I don't think I ever watched his videos, but like he's extremely popular as well. So yeah, they picked a lot of really cool personalities from Nico Nico, so yeah. So you should watch the full video if you want. So yeah, I'm just wanted to talk about this. That's it for this episode, like really short because I'm kinda tired and I couldn't record this when I wanted. But anyway, thanks for watching as always. Remember to like and subscribe and check my blog in the description. Bye.